So there's an ex-contractor, Michael Lomas, who managed to steal 745 million from ESKOM. He was on the run since 2021 and is landing today in OR Tambo. You know what? I think we can say there is hope. There really is hope in our country. Honestly. Though the arm of the law can be sometimes very slow to act, it can be very long, all the way from the UK. He's arriving in the country today to face his sins. It's refreshing, and I know what I'm about to say is controversial, but you don't see a lot of white men that stand before the court and face their sins. We see a lot of black ones. So it's also refreshing to see a different skin color that's going to be facing this kind of charges. But guys, 745 million, I'm very curious to hear what he used this money on and where it is. And mind you, he was arrested in the UK and released on over 1 million rands worth of bail. And he has been out since then, since it's coming back now, since 2021. It's really refreshing to see this happen. Let's see how it will unfold.
Police have confirmed that Michael Lomas, a fugitive wanted for his alleged involvement in fraud and corruption at ESKOM, is being extradited back to South Africa. Lomas, who has been residing in the United Kingdom, is expected to arrive at the OR Tambo International Airport this morning. The former ESKOM employee faces accusations of manipulating contracts with nearly 1.5 billion rand at the Kusile Power Station between 2002 and 2018. He was previously arrested and granted bail before fleeing the country to the UK. Newsroom Africa's Veronica Mahwadi is joining us now live from the OR Tambo International Airport. Veronica, very good morning to you. So, expectation that you will be landing around 9 o'clock, I understand, this morning. But who is Michael Lomas and how is he connected to the multi-billion rand fraud case?
Absolutely, Algin, and that is a very important question. They say, of course, that the wheels of justice turn slowly, but in this case, they turn nonetheless. Michael Lomas was a former contractor at the power utility, and he is essentially embroiled in a corruption case involving more than 745 million rand, where it's understood he manipulated contracts, and he joins, of course, other senior members, former senior members of the power utility. You would remember that he was arrested in 2021 after fleeing to the UK, where he was residing, where British officials arrested him. This was at the request of the South African authorities. And since then, there has been a process in getting him extradited back to the country. There was some processes in regards to his health, where the extradition process and the hearing was heard, granted, of course, to South African authorities. But of course, we know that this is a pivotal moment in this corruption case and in this matter, as Lomas will, of course, be answering to those questions. But to give us a little more understanding of how the extradition process will be working today, and of course, we know that he will be escorted into the country, accompanied by Interpol SAPS, and then handed over to the Hawks. But to talk to us about that, I'm joined by the National Police spokesperson, Athlenda Mate. Athlenda, thank you so much for your time. I think first and foremost, walk us through the extradition process of getting Michael Lomas back into South Africa in regards to those corruption cases at ESKOM.
Look, a very good morning to you and to the viewers. This is a culmination of great detective work. All credit must be given to the team that has been working on this case since 2017. In 2017, Hawks investigators got a complaint from an ESKOM official on allegations of corruption on a particular tender that was issued to construct parts of Kusile power plant. So our team started investigating that particular case. Along the way, the NPA's investigative directorate were roped in to also beef up the team. And since then, we have been working on this particular case. In 2019, we obtained 5 warrants of arrest. 4 were executed successfully. 4 suspects were arrested at that particular time. They included 2 contractors to ESKOM. They also included 2 ESKOM ESKOM executives at that time. The fifth person, which is the suspect that we're extraditing from the UK, had already left the country. So we immediately started the work with UK authorities, and in 2021, he was arrested by UK authorities based on the facts that we had presented together with the NPA's investigative directorate. So he was arrested, he was out on bail, he kept on appealing his extradition, and in his last appeal, it was dismissed by UK authorities and he was found extraditable to South Africa. So we can confirm that he is on his way to South Africa. He is accompanied by SAPS's Interpol extradition unit. We do have a medical practitioner on board. One of the directives that were issued to us by the UK is that he should have a medical practitioner on board because of his ill health. So we have complied with those directives, and the SANDF provided that particular practitioner. So we are expecting the team to land at around 0950 from Heathrow Airport.
Yeah. And as soon as he touches down in South Africa, what is the process then that will take place? Are we expecting him to be appearing in court immediately, or is there a day set aside for this?
Look, the lead investigator is also on his way to the airport, a lead investigator from the Hawks and the entire team. He will be placed under arrest at the airport, read his rights, read his charges and so on. He will then be taken through to the Kempton Park Magistrates Court, where he will be formally charged. He is facing a number of charges: fraud, corruption, unauthorized gratification and so on. So we are expecting him to appear before the Kempton Park Magistrate Court, but we will be led by our investigating team on this matter. Like I've indicated, it has been a lengthy case, but it just goes to show that the long arm of the law will find you. They will catch you wherever you are. And it displays the determination and the relentless spirit of all these law enforcement agencies that have been involved in this particular case. And it talks to the collaboration and the cooperation that we've been getting through Interpol with the UK on this particular matter.
Thank you very much for your time, Athlenda. That was the police national spokesperson there, giving just some more details about essentially how Michael Lomas is, essentially involved in this corruption scandal of 745 million rand at ESKOM. They're speaking about tenders that were flagged and, of course, 4 other people arrested in this matter. He's been extradited, expected to land in South Africa at 0950, where he will be, of course, processed and officially charged with fraud and corruption in the matter. Very interesting there, Algin, was hearing from Athlenda's side about the issue of his health, saying, of course, that he will be accompanied by a medical practitioner. We also did hear on the side, actually, when the police were speaking, is that usually when we see these extradition processes here at the international airport, we often see quite a heavy consignment of police officers. We heard them speaking there that Michael Lomas will be escorted into the country with not as many, or rather not a show of force as we've often seen here at the international airport when an extradition process is often taking place. It will be interesting to see how he is, accompanied into the country, and again getting a glance of that fugitive who was wanted by South African authorities for a crucial matter in regards to the Kusile power station. As you would know, the many corruption issues that have taken place at ESKOM, finally seeing some of those cases now heading to the court. Aldrin.
Thank you so much for that update there, Veronica Mahwari, joining us from the OR Tambo International Airport. And we understand that flight is expected to land at around 9 o'clock.